What is going on, guys? The SSN back again with another video. Back again after 2 weeks, 2 long weeks of not posting. We are back, and thank you so much for stopping by for another video. First things first, I'm really sorry that it has been as long as it has been since I've posted last. The 2 weeks, like I said, it's been a while. It has felt very strange not posting, keeping you guys updated, doing game reviews, then, post-game analysis, all that stuff. I've really been missing doing that. But a lot of things have been going on. My fiance and I just bought a house, so we've been moving in. It's actually where I'm at right now. I'm sitting on the couch of the new studio, so I'm getting everything kind of in place. Obviously, there's nothing behind me right now, but, we'll be getting all of the stuff together gradually. Hopefully within this week, everything will be up and running exactly how you guys are used to seeing. And it'll be, better quality videos and all that stuff. So I just wanted to get that out of the way and say I'm really sorry that it's been super inconsistent the last couple of weeks. I definitely know that that's how it's been, but we're getting back on it. We're getting back in the flow of things. And, now that we're kind of settled in and there's not so much crazy stuff going on, it's going to make it way easier to post and keep you guys updated. So as you guys can see from the title, we're going to do kind of like the review or the prediction, looking at our matchup against the Denver Broncos. So there's a couple of things to talk about when you talk about the Dolphins against the Broncos, and both sides, it really has to do with their injury. So number one for the Dolphins, everyone was freaking out about, Tua being present on, the injury report. It's really not that big of a deal. And, I think a lot of people were making it out to be this massive deal. Like, oh my God, he's hurt. He's, hurt in his first couple of games. He's only played in 3 and now he's hurt. You know what, guys, it's nothing to worry about. It's just it was a foot injury. It could be from anything, but he's been full practice this entire week. And I haven't seen the injury report for today, but it's been full practice so far. So it's really nothing to worry about. I mean, guys, he could just be a little swollen. He could be a little sore. They're doing a lot of rollouts with him. He could have gotten hit, and it was just a tiny little strain on his foot. Nothing big. Could be a toe. It could be, whatever. So it's really not a big deal at all that Tua was present on the injury report. It has happened before in the beginning of the season. So I'm not sitting here stressing about whether Tua is going to play. Tua is going to play against Denver. So that is nothing to be concerned about. Along with Tua, we also have Matt Breida returning. We've also got Byron Jones, who is in full practice now. So we're getting some of our pieces back. Hopefully, our offense is going to be clicking. Tua should look fine. Having Matt Breida back will be nice, unless if Salvon Ahmed, gets a lot of carries. He might be the primary guy coming into this matchup against the Broncos. So looking at Denver does have a handful of injuries. Denver is a little banged up right now, including their starting quarterback, Drew Lock. So Drew Lock has a rib injury. He was in limited practice. You've also got Chris Harris, who was limited with an injury as well. So looking at the matchup between Miami and between Denver, clearly, Miami's got the better record than Denver. Denver has been struggling so far this season. They've had a lot of injuries, so I'm sure that has a ton to do with it. But looking at the matchup between the two, even if everyone's healthy on Denver's team, even if the entire team is healthy, ready to go, no injuries, everyone's healthy, I think that the way that the Dolphins have been playing as of late, the last handful of weeks that we have been playing football, have been so much of a 180 turn from what we were seeing last year. And like I said this earlier in a video a few weeks ago, it's really like we're kind of picking up from where we left off at the end of last season, because, at the last 9 games of last season, we were 5-4. We had a winning record. We were playing good football. So we're picking up where we left off. We're kind of setting the pace. We're doing the right things. Defense is coming around and really balling out. Our defense has been fantastic the last handful of games that we've played. Pass rush is there. We've made some improvements stopping the run. Obviously, our secondary is doing just fine. So it's kind of like everything coming together to just play solid football. So, and then obviously our offense. Tua has brought a real security offensively, at least as somebody who's watching the games and, looking for certain things during the game. Tua brings a lot of a sense of, okay, I'm not nervous when he throws the ball. When he's out of the pocket, I'm not holding my breath when he takes a shot downfield. I'm not holding my breath when he's under pressure. I'm not nervous that he's going to put the ball somewhere where it doesn't need to be, because Tua, he's just an accurate quarterback. He has a very high football IQ. He knows what he's doing. He's been around. He's been playing for plenty, and he's also succeeded at the highest level everywhere that he has gone thus far. So I feel good with Tua. I feel good with the defense. I feel good with the offense. And I think just the way, like I said, that the Dolphins have been playing, I think that this is not an easy win. I don't ever think that there are easy wins in the NFL, because you can't ever count a team out. Look at the Patriots and Jets. The Jets were giving them plenty of a run, and the Patriots had to make, a late game comeback and win the game. So you can't count out any team, regardless, even if they're the worst team in the league. You cannot ever count out teams. I don't think there are easy wins in the NFL, but I do think that this should be a pretty simple game for Miami. Keep going in the same plan of attack that we've had against other teams. Looking at the defense, the way that we have attacked the quarterback, attacked the offensive line, mixed it up, made it hard to read whether Miami's going to rush everybody, drop people back, it's going to be a four-man rush, or it's going to be, a zero blitz. We've been, disguising blitzes. We've been doing a really good job at shaking up the offensive line and the quarterbacks to be able to read what we're doing. I think if we keep doing that, if we keep consistently doing that, guys like Drew Lock, if he plays, he won't be able to keep up with that. And all respect to Drew Lock, I think he's a good player, but he's also young. He's also not, in my opinion, and some people might disagree, and that's okay. I think that clearly, to me, he is not in the same tier or at the same caliber of an NFL quarterback as guys like Kyler Murray, Jared Goff, Russell Wilson. Those guys, I think, are pretty far advanced in terms of their play on the NFL field, where Drew Lock definitely has some room for improvement. So continuing to attack the quarterback with our pass rush, with the way that we disguise our blitzes, doing that against someone like Jared Goff, who doesn't have the best offensive line, who isn't the most, big name quarterback. He doesn't have the most experience. He is dealing with injury. I think that if we attack him the same way that we attacked Jared Goff, the same way that we attacked Kyler Murray, we should be just fine. And also, with Byron Jones being healthy, playing opposite Xavier Howard, I think that our defensive secondary is going to have, they're going to do just fine. There's not a ton to worry about. Obviously, Jerry Jeudy is very good. You have Cortland Sutton. But the way that we were able to limit guys like DeAndre Hopkins to, 3 catches when we played the Cardinals, it was just a step in the right direction. It was a good sign to see. And I think that we can do the same. DeAndre Hopkins, in my opinion, is the best wide receiver in the NFL. So if we can do that to him, we should be able to do something similar like that to other wide receivers in the NFL. So in my opinion, I think defensively, Miami is going to show out. I think we're going to look just fine against Denver. I think Drew Lock is going to have a really hard time if he plays on Sunday, and I think that he will. I think he's going to have a very hard time reading how Miami is going to blitz. There's no consistency to, how we do it, when we do it. It just keeps the quarterback, it keeps the offensive coordinator, it keeps the head coaches, the offensive line, it keeps everybody on the opposite team kind of, looking for signs, and it keeps them out of their comfort zone. It keeps them shaken up a little bit. And if we can continue to do that, defensively, we're going to be just fine. I have no worries in terms of our defense. Offensively, I think we should be just fine as well. I think getting Matt Breida back will help. Obviously Myles Gaskin is on the injury report, or the IR, I should say, so it is what it is. He'll be missed, but guys like Salvin Ahmed have been stepping up and playing really good football so far. So getting a guy like Matt Breida just brings another weapon, in situational plays to where we could use him and he could be very good for us. Tua should be just fine. Mike Gesicki, I would like to see him continue to get, some looks from Tua, some looks from the offensive system. I want to continue to see him get involved in the game because he is, a big, X factor type of player for this team. If we can get him involved and he tears it up, then you have to focus a lot of your attention on him, which means a lot of that attention comes away from guys like Devontae Parker or Preston Williams or Jakeem Grant, who's actually been having a pretty decent season as a wide receiver, taking regular snaps. So all in all, I think this is going to be a well-rounded game for Miami. I think we win this one. Denver, like I said, you can't count out any team in the NFL, but I think Denver right now in their current state is just not where Miami is in our current state, especially with the win streak, especially with the confidence that I've seen out of our guys, adding Tua into the mix, the confidence that he brings to that offense. And, even for me, like I said, watching the game, I feel 100% confident that when Tua's on the field, the right plays are going to be made. There won't be a lot of turnovers. There's going to be a lot of good throws. The ball isn't going to be put too many times where it has the potential of being turned over. So I really think that this will be a smooth game for Miami, especially with the injuries with Denver. Now, the only thing that I would want to talk about is the injury of Solomon Kinley. He will likely be out. That is my guess, is he'll probably be out on Sunday. But at the same time, we've got a lot of guys that we can plug in here and there. Jesse Davis can move all over the offensive line. He has done that plenty of times. He's already done it this season. And then we also have guys like Robert Hunt who can fill in, and he played literally every position on the offensive line from right tackle all the way down to left in college. So we have plenty of guys to fill in the gaps when there's injuries on the offensive line, and I'm confident that we'll be okay. And I'm also confident that Tua is going to be able to manage the pocket, because when there has been pressure on him, we've seen it in multiple games in a row now. When he's got the pressure in his face, he's able to really stay calm, keep his eyes forward, don't freak out, and he's able to maneuver around that pocket and feel pressure when it's coming, which is just super. It's so good to see. We need a quarterback like that. We need someone who can maneuver the pocket. He's a little shifty. He's not the biggest guy, so it's just easier for him to get around. It just makes it a lot more simple for the offensive line. They don't have to stress too much about keeping the absolutely most immaculate clean pocket in the world, because in my opinion, we just don't have those kinds of guys yet. Maybe they just need a little bit of development. But regardless, guys, this is a win. This is a good win for Miami. I just think we're gonna keep the streak going. The confidence that this team has right now, the way that we've been playing, I think we move up to 7-3. And God, it feels so good to say that too, because we've been in this rut and as Dolphins fans, you guys know, we've been in such a rut of 8-8s, 9-7s, 6-10s, all those 7-9s, those kinds of seasons consistently for such a long time, with some successful seasons sprinkled here and there. But the fact that we're moving in the direction that we are, the culture shift has been such like a big thing that stood out to me, is just the way that the culture has changed. Really, a lot due to Brian Flores, a lot due to the staff, the way that they're able to motivate our guys to play hard every down. I think that we're going to keep trending in that direction. I think we're going to keep trending in the direction of we're a legit team. There may have been some questions when we won against the Jets, when we won against Jacksonville, when we were playing teams that really weren't that good. But you know what? You can't say that anymore now that we've beaten guys like LA, guys like Arizona. We're moving on and beating better quality teams. And with that, the hype is going to continue to grow in Miami. And we're showing consistently week after week now, we're a legit team. We're not just some, anomaly. We're not just some fluke. This is a team that is here to win. We're here to play, and we're here to bust our butts and come away with a W every single week. And we're focusing on that every single week. And so, like I said, guys, 7-3, that's where we're going. I think we take this W on Sunday. I think it's going to be a sizable win. I think we'll probably score somewhere right around 35 points. I think Denver maybe scores 21. That's my guess. I think we won by a couple touchdowns. That is my prediction for the game. I think 35-21 is somewhat reasonable. I think that, just due to the fact I would predict more on the scoreboard for Miami, but I think that we're going to beat up early in the game. So I think eventually we're probably going to have to start playing a little bit more conservative offensive football, run the ball a little bit more, not take too many shots, and give Denver the opportunity to come back into the game. So like I said, I think a couple touchdowns is going to be, my prediction for the game. I think we win that one. And, guys, like I said, it just feels so good as a fan of the Dolphins. I've been a fan all my life. It feels so good to watch this team trend in the right direction and, continue to trend in that direction for once. It just feels super, super good. It's our first time since 2001 that we've been 6-3. So moving on to 7-3. Let's go get the W, guys. And, you know, that's my prediction for our game on Sunday. So that's the video, guys. You know, like I said, I'm sorry things have been, you know, really inconsistent. Things have been super hectic, but it's good to get settled in. So like I said, everything should be up and pretty much running in about, you know, another week or so. We're still getting settled in. We're still figuring out a bunch of stuff, and we're planning our wedding, which is in a couple of months. So thanks for swinging by, guys. Thanks for all the support. You know, it means a ton. We are on our road to our first 1,000, and that means so much to me. The fact that I could, you know, create videos. I'm just some guy talking about what I see from my favorite team. It means so much that people want to tune in and subscribe so that they can, you know, join, you know, the squad and, you know, be a part of the videos, be a part of what I'm doing here. So it means so much to me, guys. And I really do appreciate you stopping by. And I say all that to say, if you haven't subscribed, if you enjoy the content, if you've seen anything on the channel, definitely subscribe down below and hit that bell icon for notifications. And then also leave a comment, leave a like if you enjoyed the videos. And, you know, we'll talk down below in the comment section. I love to interact with you guys down there too. So guys, we're on the road to our first 1,000 subs. We are just under 300 away from 1,000, which is super exciting. And I've got a lot of really big improvements coming to the channel, a lot of really big things coming to the channel as soon as we hit our first 1,000. So guys, hit that subscribe button if you haven't, because I've got a lot of good stuff coming when we hit our 1,000. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. Enjoy your weekend. I will catch you guys on Sunday for the game against Denver. Have a great night, guys. And as always, fins up.